Well, when Phil was in grade school, he had a paper route, in fact, in the downtown Saginaw area, which was, in its heyday, it was, he told me he was selling papers left and right. And he put the money away aside because Dad's wagon was old, dilapidated. The spokes were all deteriorating, losing the spoke here, losing the spoke there. And so he just kept putting money in the can, And he had this wagon built special. It was a custom built, and by two brothers. And when it was completed, unbeknown to my dad, my dad had no idea that this wagon was being built. Like I said, my brother put the order in before the Depression, and little did he know, that there was going to be a stock market crash. And so, anyways, the two brothers, they completed the wagon and told my dad, "Jim, your wagon is ready." My dad said, "What wagon?" He says, "Well, your son ordered a wagon." My son ordered a wagon, yes. It's all built, doors, everything. I don't know anything about it. He says, "I can't even buy a loaf of bread," he says, at that time. "I can't sell my vegetables because nobody's got any money, and I'm having a hard time buying a loaf of bread," he says. And he says, "What are we talking about?" $800. $800, he says. My God, he says. Is there that much money in this world at that time, Well, he says, "That's what it cost, Jim, $800. So Dad approached my brother Phil. "Say, did you put an order in for the wagon? Did you order this wagon?" "Yes, I did, Dad." "I ain't got any money. How did you do this?" Not talking to Dad. "Dad, I got the money. It's all paid for. Don't worry about it."
Then you bought from wholesalers, stuff that like lemons and grapefruit and oranges, and if you bought pineapple or whatever. Yeah, the rest of the stuff you bought from the farmers. He had farmers that lived, like Don said, Bay City, Cotchville area, that they grew potatoes and they grew head lettuce, cabbage and cauliflower, cucumbers, onions, and sometimes they'd bring it to the house the night they picked it. And like my ma, she canned everything. I mean, you name it, anything that could be canned, she did it. And the whole one section of our basement, we had a big basement, and it's all full of shelves and the stuff that my dad would bring from, have like pears, peaches, raspberries, because everybody came to our house in the winter, wanted strawberries, in the winter, and blueberries or whatever, because she baked a lot. My mother baked. Oh.
Well, in the summertime, it was a long, long day. In the summertime, he'd get up around 4 in the morning, go to the city market, and 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Every day?
6 days, every day, yes. Very, very seldom we took a day off. Well, 11 children, it's highly unlikely you could take a day off.
What time did he start the day?
Well, in the wintertime, and summertime, it was always 8 o'clock in the morning, winter and summer. And Dad he pedaled in the wintertime. As you can see, there's a stove in the front seat. And we burned coal, wooden coal. And nothing ever froze. Nothing ever froze. We used to have a couple of horse blankets too, and we'd cover, especially the tomatoes, because they're pay you, Jim, when my husband gets his check. It's all right. It's okay. I understand. I have 11 children. So, like I said, he did his share of giving credit. And there was a lot of accounts that went sour, couldn't pay, And I recall several people, anywhere from 5, 6, 7, 8 years later, paid my dad. Yes. Jim, yes. Took me a long time, but I don't forget. I owe you this. Okay, God bless you. And Dad wrote it completely off, you know. And oh yes, there was a lot of good Polish people that my dad helped out a lot.